Hi, and welcome to Winging It, my cooking channel. Today it's New Year's Eve, so today I'm gonna be making a poo-poo platter. And I'm gonna be doing it completely keto. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve tradition. At least I just learned today in New England only, really, that you eat Chinese food on New Year's. So that's what I'm gonna be making. Just I'm gonna be doing an orange chicken, spare rib, uh, um, vegetable lo mein, shrimp fried rice, and a beef and broccoli. So that's what we're going to be going for. All right, so let's begin with the spare ribs because those are going to take the longest. All right, so the first thing I have to do for that is make a sauce. So we grab in a little dish right here to make our sauce, and I'm going to be using, because I can't use anything like Hoisin sauce or anything like that, I have to improvise here. I have to try to make something that's similar. And that's why I'm going to be using soy sauce and some of this Carolina Kick barbecue. This should give us that good flavor that we want. I might add a little ginger to it, depends on what we want. Maybe a little garlic powder. I'll see what it is once I mix our base ones together. Wow, bless me. All right, grab a fork. If you hear a little hiss in the back, that's my sink running right now. I'm currently defrosting some shrimp for the shrimp fried rice. All right, give that a taste. Mm, this could definitely need some garlic and some ginger. Let me grab the ginger. I'm gonna put some red pepper flakes in it as well. These three things are gonna be in a lot of these meals today: garlic, ginger, and red pepper flakes. Right. Yeah, I just use ground ginger. It'd be better with fresh ginger, but I never have fresh ginger on hand because I never remember to get it. All right, let's give this a taste. Mm. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. All right, let's prepare our rib. I'm just using some fat belly baby back ribs for this. And it's only basically two ribs here, but I'm gonna be cutting them into nice thin slices afterwards. So I'm placing this on our cutting board. Give it a nice dry. Gonna put a little salt and pepper on each side. Put on this side. Got to remove the membrane on this one. Removing this membrane makes the meat less chewy. Yeah, using a paper towel really helps with holding this down. It's not a perfect system though. There we go. Now the membrane's coming off. There we are. Got that membrane removed. I can just discard this. It's back in this little bag. All right, let's add some salt and pepper. Now I'm grabbing my Instant Pot. I have my Instant Pot here, and I have the little wire that came with it. Let me put this up a bit. Trying to see if I can make room here. I have so many spices and stuff right now. All right. So the next thing I want to do is actually baste this in our sauce. I could just use my fingers for this. So I'm just gonna pour a little on, rub it all, and trying to get it into every little nook and cranny. Ribs in an Instant Pot are a really quick way to get really get that meat nice and tender. All right, so that's ready to go into the Instant Pot. I'm going to be adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And a little bit of water. Just grab from this currently running sink. Yeah, we're just trying to line the bottom of the pot with that. Ribs go on top, so it looks like that. Now let's go over, and for the rest of our sauce right here, we'll just gotta set this aside for when these are finished, so we can then finish them in this sauce. All right, let's go over to the Instant Pot. All right. So I'm putting this into the Instant Pot for about 30 minutes. That should get it nice and tender. And we're gonna want it to do a natural release after that. So that usually takes another 10-15 minutes. This I think it's probably gonna be taking close to 45-50 minutes. So I'm just gonna do pressure cook for 30 minutes. All right. I'll come back in. All right. So there are two sauces I have to make right now. I have to make orange orange sauce for the orange chicken, and I seem to be running very. I never closed Chrome. All right. An orange sauce for the orange chicken, and stir fry sauce for the vegetable stir fry and the beef and broccoli. All right. And not vegetable stir fry, vegetable romaine. All right. So let's start with the orange sauce because that one's gonna be a little more complicated and it's a lot of crazy experimentation. Because I can't have actual orange, it has way too sweet. So what I'm gonna be using is stir. This is a water enhancer. This could be great or awful. I don't know. I tried the other day with a little bit. It was okay, and but that was just an experiment. I didn't actually have it on any chicken or anything like that. So I'm taking a cup of water and I'm putting the stir in, just so I can flavor it to where it's just orangey. I don't want it to be sickly sweet. Yeah, like that. Actually, that's a little sickly sweet. I'll add a little more water. Still needs more water. I want it to taste like juice, not some sickly sweet, awful thing. Right there. All right. So let's go over to the stove. Because this is where it's going to get crazy. Oop. Let's not go over the stove. There's one thing I forgot to do. I need to chop up some garlic. So I'm just going to be taking this one piece of garlic, giving it some nice chops. We're gonna saute this garlic and then add on all of our liquids that we're gonna be using for the orange sauce. All right. So now, I was gonna do this little thing, but I don't think this is gonna be big enough. So I'll just use a pot. I want enough orange sauce so that I can also use it as a dipping sauce later for adding to the top of the fried rice and stuff like that. The way you do with orange sauce. Duck sauce, as I know it is. So I'm just adding a little bit of sauteing olive oil to this pan and letting this heat up on medium high. And we can go over and see this entire process now. That looks good. So yeah, first just add the garlic. Add a little salt to that. Salt and oil both like garlic, so that should help a bit. We're just trying to get this fragrant. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, that's starting to smell fragrant. Alright, so let's start adding our liquids in. First, put in some soy. Then, our orange liquid. Then, a little of this keto pancake syrup, because a lot of these duck sauces use some maple syrup in them. Just a little dab of that. A little bit of white vinegar, which is right here. And do I need anything else? Let's see. Oh yeah, my red pepper flakes. And my ginger. Alright, let me grab a spoon so I can mix that together and taste, because I'm guessing I'm really going to have to balance these things out. Ooh, that's hot. It's missing something. I think it's missing more soy sauce. Not salty enough. Our Instant Pot just started. It's got all pressurized, so that's going to be 30 minutes there. Then natural pressure release. So about 45 minutes on the thing. So we're gonna let this reduce just a bit. We don't want it to reduce too much. This was just done. Yeah, we're just a little reduce. Try to cook off a lot of that water. Well, not a lot, but some of that water at least. And it really allows the garlic and the spices to really get into the liquid. I mean, you don't like your sauces salty? That's a crazy question, Andrew. All sauces should be salty. Mm. Yeah, that's actually really good right now. All right. Let me turn this down a bit so that simmers more. All right. While this is going, we'll make a stir fry sauce because that we want that to simmer for a bit. All right. Trying to remember what goes in the stir fry sauce. By trying to remember, I mean I'm looking at the recipe that I was looking at before for regular stir fry sauce, so I can ketoize it. I believe I need sesame oil and soy sauce. What else was it? Was it just ginger, garlic, and red pepper? Yep. All right. So yeah, let me mix these together. I want enough because it's gonna have to go on a lot of things, so I'm gonna make it in this. It's mostly gonna be soy sauce, but just sesame oil. Get a lot of sesame oil in there. This is nice roasted sesame oil. I really like the flavor of that. Next, soy sauce. I need a lot of soy sauce in this one. Next, garlic. I'm gonna be grating fresh garlic into it. I'm gonna find my microplaner. Where is my microplaner at? Did I use it already? I did not. So it should be it. Staring me in the face. Grab this on. Fresh garlic is just so good. Give this a mix. Add in our ginger. And our red pepper flakes. And we're going to want this to sit for a while so that those red pepper flakes really get infused into the oil and soy. It's so good. The other thing we want to add to this is a little xanthan gum. And this is a thickening agent. So I'm just going to be using a couple fingerfuls of xanthan in there. It should be more than enough because we wanted this to be nice and thick. You're actually gonna add a little bit of water to it too. Just reduce. It was a little salty from all the soy sauce, and that should help reduce it with the xanthan, make sure everything binds together. So I'm just gonna mix this well. That's gonna be good. All right. Now I'm just gonna set this aside until we need it. That's gonna help. That's gonna thicken up a bit with the addition of the xanthan. And we're actually gonna add the xanthan to our duck sauce now too. So we want to get this nice and thick. Adding in a little, like a big old dash of xanthan into there. Probably about like half a teaspoon. If measured in normal way. And we're just gonna give that a mix, and that should start thickening it up right away. Because it's on heat. Xanthan thickens faster on heat. You want this to be like a nice sticky sort of situation so that we can coat chicken with it. Alright, that should be good. Let me just get a taste of that. That tastes like orange sauce. Tastes like a duck sauce. That's good. Alright. Now we're just gonna pour it into another glass. Just do it right here instead of moving the camera. Remember. We'll put this aside till we need it. Alright. So we still got 22 minutes on the pork ribs. So the next thing I gotta start on, because I'm gonna need the Instapot at some point when I'm making rice, is I'm gonna do the. I'll start with the orange chicken. So I'm gonna take this little pan. And add just enough oil to coat the bottom. Like that. Turn this on to a medium high and let that just heat up while we prepare the chicken. Alright, back over here. So the chicken's just going to be a regular keto fried chicken recipe using pork panko. So I got 3 chicken tenderloins here. Pull these out, dry them off, pull out the tendon, cut them up, and then we're going to bread them in pork panko and an egg wash. Just your basic situation. Dry these off. Alright. Alright, so to remove this tendon, what you do is, where did I put my fork? Right there. Take a bit of your paper towel. You want to wrap this tendon around a fork prong like that. Grab that tendon with your paper towel and just pull. And it comes right up. That way you don't have that gross ass tendon in there, because I hate that thing. That thing ruins food to me. Not many things that I'd say I hate. The tendon on a tenderloin I hate. Come on. Because the rest of the chicken meat on tenderloin is so good, but that part's so bad. It ruins the entire tenderloin. At least this batch of chicken, I did this the other day, and there was a bad batch of chicken with some hard to reach tenderloins that were a pain in the ass to grab. But these ones are pretty good, easy to grab right now. Yep. That's all those tenderloins out. Just throw this away right away. That way I don't have meat sitting around. Alright. Now I can just cut these up into little bite-sized bits. Alright. Hit them with a little salt and pepper. Mix them about a bit. Let's just put these on the counter, getting ready for the rest of the food. Alright. The next thing I'm going to be doing is making our egg wash and our pork panko onto plates so that we can easily transfer everything over. So yeah, all I'm doing here is a little bit of egg in this left one. A little salt and pepper. Mix it all around. Put that on the counter. And on this one, we're going to be putting on our pork panko. Brand new thing of it. Stuff's amazing. Just want enough there so that's easy to coat these things. A lot of this will actually just become waste, which kind of sucks, but nope, don't want salt. There you go. This pork panko is already salted. Gonna go with pepper and some garlic powder. That should be good. We don't want to over season these because it's got to be covered in orange sauce at some point. Let's give this a nice massage. Alright. So yeah, I can position this so that you can see everything I'm about to do. So I put you right over here, maybe? Can you see the stove? Yep. Alright. So we got our egg here. We got our chicken here. Let me put you down a bit more so you can see more of the egg. So all we're doing, let me turn this down. This is smoking a bit much. So I'm putting this right below medium. We're taking a piece of chicken, put it in the egg, put it in the panko, put it in the pan. And do a few pieces at a time, really. Ooh, that almost burned me. Turn it down a bit, still smoky. It's because this little pan on a big flame. Scary. And the last few pieces from the egg. Come on. There we go. Nice and then. Oops. Ow. Don't worry, I just had the stove clean. Worst case scenario, I don't even myself. Instead of germs, which is better. Alright, let me just make sure everything's in the oil. Right. So while that cooks, it's only going to take a few minutes to cook. The next thing I want to do is steam some broccoli because we're going to actually be using a lot of broccoli in the next few recipes, and unless it's steamed, it's tough. So for the beef and broccoli and the vegetable romaine. So with this pan, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. So let me grab my cup. So a little bit of water. Turn this on to medium low. I just got some pre-cut broccoli because I didn't feel like cutting it up. Just gonna be putting all this in here. And of course, even the pre-cut stuff you need to break up because why wouldn't you? All in here. And then we're gonna take a big bowl. Where's my big bowl? There's I'm just gonna cover this and let that steam. Shouldn't take too long, maybe 10 minutes at most, probably 5, closer to 5. Alright, these chicken look like they're ready to be flipped. So I'm gonna flip all these pieces of chicken. Alright. So I think the next thing we gotta do is the vegetable romaine. So while that finishes cooking, let's come back over to the table over here. Place this down. Alright, we're going to be putting a few things in the vegetable romaine. Some shiitake mushrooms, which these are pre-cut, which is nice. So I can just pull out a handful of these. Put them to the side. We're going to put a scallion in there. Some green peppers and red peppers, which I'll just cut off a side of these. And then I'm also going to make this a hot one, so I'm actually going to be putting a single habanero in there as well. As well as a handful, about 4 pieces of garlic. And of course, I need to spiralize the zucchini. That's how you get clean. So I'm going to first do the zoodling. Move all this aside. Just try and get some things out of the way, just because there's a lot on this table right now. I think I've said that before. Because I need room for the zoodler. Zoodler. Let me just see if I can get a good angle on the zoodler. There we go. That's better. That's easier to see. So yeah, I got the zoodler here. I got a 3mm blade on it, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Gotta take a zucchini, gotta cut off both ends. I'm gonna be zoodling this entire zucchini. Let me just double check the chicken first before I get started with this. Still needs a little time. So there's plenty of time to do the zoodling. I gotta throw these zoodles in a bowl as well. Because there's gonna be a lot of zoodles. I'll play this one by ear of how many things I want to zoodle. How much I want to zoodle. But I just put this on and actually I'm gonna cut it in half because this thing is way too big. So she said. Alright, I gotta cut in half zucchini. We'll see if we need more after this because this is a big old zucchini. So now, suction in this zoodler to the counter. I said suction. You are not behaving today, are you? Come on. There we go. That's nice and on there now. Alright. Same thing as we were doing before. Tool away. Making nice long Romaine style noodles. Pull this cutting board closer to the table. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the whole zucchini. I want to make enough for leftovers, basically. Give me a couple days without cooking. Plus, what's better than leftover Chinese food? Other than leftover pizza, leftover fries, leftover. Actually, really only those two things. Huh. Alright, second zoodle. A whole lot of zoodles. But we need all that for Romaine. There we go. All set on zoodles. Put this away to be cleaned later. This chicken should be done now, so let's deal with that next. Let's do it right on this counter. So I'm taking a paper towel, put it right here. You still hear me? Yes, you can. Turning off the heat, bringing this chicken over, and I'm going to be laying this right on this paper towel. Put that back on the stove so it can cool off, and I'll immediately hit this with some salt. Now I'm just going to move this aside to cool off some bit. Making pretty good time right now. Alright, start the vegetable stir fry. Cutting this. Ooh, that reminded me of the broccoli. Let me just double check that. See if that's all cooked. Yeah, broccoli's cooked. Just pour it straight in this pan. There you see. Nice cooked broccoli. Actually got a little bit of a singe on some places. It looks like all the water dissolved on me, so I was probably like a minute too late there. Maybe a little more than a minute, based on this one stuck piece. Maybe 2 or 3. But it's still good and cooked. Alright. So right now I'm cutting up this scallion. I'm just gonna completely cut it up too. I don't care about what bottoms and tops right now. I just want scallion in this. There we go. That's all cut up. That to the side. The mushrooms I'm gonna chop up a little finer. That beeping you're hearing is the ribs. They should be cooked right now, but now we're gonna wait for that to depressurize normally, so that they don't become all oddly shaped. Yeah, doing long cuts, and then I'm actually gonna cut this in half too, and this one. Gonna for the habanero, nice thin cuts. So that this gets everywhere, makes the entire thing nice and spicy. Next, the garlic, smash with the knife, and just mince up. Alright, so now let's go over to the pan and start cooking. Here we are at the pan. Same pan that we cooked the broccoli in. You can see what I was talking about. I cooked it a little too much. Now we're going to turn this on to a medium high. We're going to add a little bit of sesame oil. And by a little bit, I actually mean a lot, but that should be still tasty. I mean, it doesn't like a little bit of oil, right? Gotta wait for that to heat up a bit. Also add the cooked broccoli here as well. We're going to be adding this into the vegetable stir fry as well. I don't know if this pan's going to be big enough. I'm going to switch pans. I got a bigger frying pan. What I need is a wok, though. There we go. You're running out of room on the stove right now. Alright, now this pan needs to heat up. We can actually throw in, the first thing we're throwing in is our garlic and scallions. And we're going to let those cook till fragrant. There it is. Let me just move these around. It's just a much easier pan to work for. I know I'm going to need those mushrooms again. Alright, begin to sizzle. And that's that fragrance smell we want. Next, I'm just putting in the rest of the raw vegetables. Just a little salting. Alright, now we can let this just cook on the stove for a little bit. While we're doing this, let's make some cauliflower rice, because we're going to need a lot of cauliflower rice. Let that cut me. Alright, back over here. So yeah, we're going to be actually just taking this entire head and putting it in here. Back her up a bit. Get that salt shaker out of the way. Cutting this in half just so it's easy to work with. And then just putting all the florets in here. Trying to get the green stuff not going there. But if a little ends up there, it doesn't hurt. And just not as tasty. And we're good. Alright, so I'm going to take this. And I'm going to pulsate this on my, what's it called? Blender for a bit. I'm going to mix the vegetables quickly. Just mix them around. Lose a mushroom. Sad day. Alright, where did I put the cat? There. You're gonna have to watch from over here because I just do not have enough counter space right now to bring you over with me. Now I'm just pulsing. First 3 times pulsing just to get everything down. Now hold on. That should be good. I can leave that in that until I'm ready for it. Just wanted to get that done. Moving this to the trash. Alright. Still a little longer on the vegetables, so let's dress our orange chicken. Yeah, I'll just use this bowl. So this bowl I'm adding our chicken. And I think this was the orange sauce. Yeah, this one's warm. See how nice and thick it got? That's from all that xanthan gum. Just gotta pour that in there. Leave a little for using as a side thing later. Let's just dress this up. And let's put this aside as well. And you can see how thick the sauteing, the stir fry sauce got as well. Good as well. Alright. Back to the pan. I think we're ready for our next step. Yeah, that's looking good. Oops. Yep. Next, we're going to add some of the broccoli, about half the broccoli. Not half. We want more broccoli for the beef and broccoli, but a few pieces of the broccoli, and I'm going to just chop them up in here. So they're more bite size. Mix that around. Finally come the zoodles. Gonna just mix this around a bit. Try to get everything together. Before adding half of our stir fry. Mix that around. Try to get everything covered. Yeah, this is the stir fry liquid that I created. I really do wish I had a wok. I think it'd be a lot easier to do this mixing part. You know, the stir and the stir fry. Yeah, there's gonna be enough vegetables for me for a bit. That's starting to look like what we want. Let's give this a taste, see if it needs any other seasoning. That fork. Plus, there's a lot of spices being thrown around this kitchen right now. Yeah, that's good. Alright. We'll just throw it back in the same bowl that we had before, so let's come over to the counter. Everything in here, and I can just put this to the side. Let me wash up this pan because we're going to need to use it again. Just giving it a quick wipe down with a paper towel that I've been using. Alright. I think I want to make the shrimp fried rice next. Alright. So using that same pan, I'm just going to quickly heat this up to medium high again. Now I'm grabbing my shrimp. Let's peel the shrimp. Peel and season the shrimp. So we're just taking each one of these shrimp, put it on here. And then nice dry. We're just gonna take the tail off. Pull back the shell, tail off. We're actually gonna be using these shells when we're cooking the shrimp, just so we can flavor the oil that we're gonna be using. This one is being a problem child. Alright, try these off. Cut them into bite-sized pieces. Alright. Throw some salt on them. Pepper. Alright, back to the pan. Oh, I'm also gonna cut up a couple of these shiitake mushrooms to cook at the same time. Here you go, a couple of plates. Well, actually, I only need one plate. Alright, so to that pan, we're first just gonna add a little bit of our sauteed olive oil. A little on that. Mix it around a bit. Next comes our shrimp and mushrooms. So this is more like a shrimp and mushroom fried rice. And to this, we're also going to be adding some of these big shells, the ones that didn't break apart. And that's just to help flavor the oil. The flavor from the shells will get in the oil and we'll be able to get on the rest of the dishes. So yeah, we're just trying to get this cooked through. Shouldn't take too long. Shrimp cooks pretty quick. Next thing we're going to be doing once that's cooked through is add some egg. And finally our cauliflower rice. Which we're not putting all the cauliflower rice in there because I also want to cook some regular cauliflower rice for the beef and broccoli and the orange chicken. So I have a lot of cleaning to do later today. Maybe tomorrow. Let's be honest. New Year's Eve. I might want to do all that stuff on New Year's Day. Alright. That actually looks pretty well cooked through for what we need. So we're going to take that, throw it on this paper plate. Now let's cook the egg. We just want to quickly scramble some egg. Just getting rid of these shells from this plate so I don't accidentally put them in again. Alright, so yeah, we just want to quickly scramble some egg. That should be enough. This shit probably shouldn't take long at all. Ooh. In my folly, I almost forgot to salt and pepper this egg. Alright, one cooked egg. Alright, finally it's time to make some fried rice. So I'm taking a little bit of sesame oil, putting it in the pan. The pan nice and coated in that sesame oil. Then I'm gonna put about 3/4 of this rice in here. Save the rest by making just some white rice. Spread this around. Just wanna leave it here for a few minutes so that the moisture gets out and dries a bit and then becomes fried rice. Get it nice and flat. Alright. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of garlic to this as well. And all I'm doing is chopping up a couple pieces of garlic right now while you're looking at that. And I did it in these length cuts so that they're a little bit bigger. I'll put this in this, mix it about, and then allow it to go continue cooking again. So while that rice is cooking, let's get the food out of the Instant Pot. The Instant Pot has gone down, so we'll just take the long way to get there. Press the button, start it. Ooh, that smells good. One thing I forgot to do is I need to turn the broiler on my toaster oven because we need to broil these ribs so that they get a little more crunchy. Like I said, the ribs are always fine. So I'm taking this pan, I'm going to put the ribs on top, and then we're going to put it into our toaster oven. Use some tongs so I can pull them up. Oh, and we're also going to dress them a bit so that sauce can caramelize on top of this. So from here, I'm adding to our barbecue sauce that we made, our soy barbecue sauce. I add that on. A nice rub down. Smells so good. Turn over here. We're just gonna broil it until it looks done. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Probably like 10 minutes. All right. Check the rice. Yep, this is starting to look the way we want it. So let's add back in our other ingredients, as well as some soy sauce.
And a little more of just a little more. This is all about. Everyone together. One of the shells did too. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, so we'll just put it on top of the same plate where we're keeping the ingredients. This by itself could be a nice meal. Oops, that plate was getting hot at the bottom. Alright, I need to whip this pan out one more time because we have one more meal to make. But before we do that, let's make our just plain cauliflower rice. So, taking that Instant Pot that we just used, this one, open it up, get in more of the hot stuff, rinse it out. Okay. Now we're going to add our cauliflower rice to it. Use your hands. Cauliflower rice, a little bit of white vinegar, a little splash of white vinegar, a little splash of water. We don't want to add much of either. I put about a tablespoon of each in here. Mix it all around. Add a little salt. Mix it all around. Now we're going to throw it in the Instant Pot for 2 minutes. So we're doing this in the Instant Pot for 2 minutes. And when this 2 minutes is up, we're going to want to release this right away so it doesn't overcook. Alright, now let's start the beef and broccoli. First, I gotta wash up this pan, so I'm gonna just leave you looking at the Instant Pot for a bit. Alright, back to me. So next we're gonna be doing the beef and broccoli. So first thing we have to do is cut up this flank steak. Now I'm not gonna be using this entire thing. I'm probably gonna be using about half of it. Hold on. Oh, you are stubborn, toxic bad. Alright, yeah. Flank steak. Actually, should have full, shouldn't it? Oh no, this is already just like a cut in half flank steak. So while we do this, I'm gonna preheat the stove again to medium high. Dry up this piece of meat. Try to get the camera not like that. There we go. No, the back. There you go. Yeah. Let's dry it off. Let's say we'll do about right there. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll save the rest for another day. Alright, so now we're just gonna make nice long slices and then cut them in half. Yeah, beautiful piece of meat. These slices are a little thick, but that's fine. I like this one. My battery ran out for my light. That's sad. That's okay. I'm gonna cut this in half now because once we get to these small sections, it's a lot harder to pull from that big. I'll just do it half enough. We'll cut in half. Come on. There we go. This one in half. Alright. All that's it. Come back over to the pan. Should be nice and hot now. A little bit of regular oil. Just gonna salt and pepper these sticks in the pan itself. Put these on here. A lot of salt on sticks. Pepper. Salt and pepper. Mix that around. Alright, now we just wanna quickly cook these. At which point we add the broccoli and then the stir fry oil. Ribs almost done. Not yet. It'll be brown on both sides. Nope, that's still gray. Gotta get some water, gotta hydrate. Yep. Cauliflower rice is done. I just gotta release the pressure. So it doesn't overcook. These are ready to flip now. Sorry, my batteries are all lasting this long. The longest cooking show I've done. All because I wanted to have Chinese food on New Year's because it's tradition. Wait, wasn't that? It was apparently it's just on time, which is stupid. Yep, just waiting on the steak now. How's the ribs looking? It's done. I'll leave them in here I'll leave them in the toast oven until you can see them once they're done with this. Alright, so close to this. So close. We're so close to done. I'm gonna start cleaning up a bit. Oops. Sorry about that. Trying to get all my stuff back in the cabinets that I don't need anymore. Alright. This looks ready for broccoli and stir fry oil. So we send the broccoli, mix that all about. Finally, time to stir fry. We're dipping the tongs. Probably should have, oh, that's right. Use them to grab the ribs. Gotta stir fry this all around. sure everyone gets the next coating. Alright. Turn that off. We're ready to plate. See how we're gonna plate this. I think I'm gonna just plate a little bit of everything on a plate. Instead of trying to do everything at once. All of it at once, I mean. Yeah, I need that cauliflower rice. Yeah. Grabbing a big old plate. Start with our Romaine. Definitely smell like noodles. Spicy noodles. Next, we'll grab our fried rice. Next, we'll grab our ribs. So here's our ribs. One of the things I want to do is keep it nice and crusty. I want to debone these in slices, actually. It's being hard because they're hot. Oh, I got food gulps now. This was a gift from me mother. These will help me not burn my fingers while I debone this. Obviously, these aren't the traditional red color of spare ribs, but that's because I don't have any red food coloring. That's where the red coloring comes from, actually. So to put these on here. Finish like this. Oh, move it, Amanda. Oh, it's a very hard cut. Put the entire rib plate on there. Really good. Next, cauliflower rice. I can bend this down. And then I can put in my orange chicken. And my beef and broccoli. Beef, broccoli, on top of the broccoli. There we go. And the rest will be for picking. Alright, here's our plate. Let me move everything out of the way so I can take a picture. This angle. Here. That's a good picture. That got everything on it. Oops, sorry. You weren't even looking at me. You were looking at my feet. Alright, let's give this all a taste. Go in here, grab my set of chopsticks. Only thing looking at some fortune cookies. I don't think there's any way I can actually make a keto fortune cookie. Fried rice is great. It's really good. Very tender. Romaine really tastes like romaine. Woo, really spicy. Some habanero though. Woo. There's beef and broccoli. That's beef and broccoli. That's just straight beef and broccoli. Trying this orange chicken. Oh, this is going really well. It's slightly sweet, slightly citrusy. Very good. Well, this turned out extremely well done. It only took an hour and a half to make, and I'm gonna have a lot of leftover food for the rest of the week, which is nice. So you probably won't be seeing me in video for a bit. But yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Keep it good, and Happy New Year.